Zach Goins isn't with us today, but it's Matt Hand and me, Will Bazarski. We're back. We got ESPN top 20 dominant athletes of the last 20 years. We're going to mention some golf, hockey. Matt's really happy about that.
I'm very excited about hockey.
March Madness. We got some March Madness talk. We got some brackets to look at. And then, of course, we're going to end off with some fast five facts. Maybe, depending on how much time we have left, maybe a little bit slower. Maybe a medium fast facts.
Okay.
All right, so we'll change it up.
Medium
yeah, of course. So let's talk about this top 20 most dominant athletes in the last 20 years.
Let's discuss.
We're just going to mention the top five right now. They have ESPN says number 1's Tiger Woods. 2, LeBron James. 3, Peyton Manning. 4, Jimmy Johnson. 5, Roger Federer. Just some to mention, you have 8, Floyd Mayweather. 10, Usain Bolt. 12, Serena Williams. 17, Barry Bonds. 18, Mike Trout. And rounding out the number 20 spot is Tom Brady. Matt, let's see, what do you have on your... We're going to go with 5.
We're starting with 5? All right, for number 5, I put a Floyd Mayweather as my number 5. Would you have, Will?
So, I also put Floyd Mayweather. 1, he's 50 total fights. 50 wins. 27 by KOs. His last loss was in the Olympics in 96 in Atlanta. From October 27th, 1996 to his last fight, August 26th, 2017, he has not lost. There's some good guys in the UFC. He's winning. He's dominant. He is...
I don't think he's UFC, but...
Not UFC.
In boxing, yeah. But no, you are right, though. There are some fantastic athletes out there. I agree with you, yeah. I mean, pretty obvious. We both agree he's number 5.
He's held it for so long, too.
Yeah,
at his age.
He's fantastic.
All right, go with yours, number 2.
My number 2? You mean my number 4?
We're talking number 1. Oh, you went number 5 first.
Yeah, I thought you said number 5.
No, I went number 1
you put
first.
Number 1. Floyd Mayweather was my 5. My number 1 was Tiger Woods.
Ooh,
that man.
Really?
That man is dominant.
Okay, but we're looking at 20 years. Think about it. Dominant over 20 years. His last major was 2008. Before we touch on Tiger, let's hear, who's your number 4?
My number 4?
Yeah.
Roger Federer.
Roger Federer. Okay, I had him at 5.
Okay.
So mine goes 5-4, so it goes Roger Federer. My 4 is Usain Bolt. Fastest man alive. First person to hold the 100-meter and 200-meter world record, 9.58 seconds in 100 meters. That takes me 9.58 seconds to stand up. Now, come on. This guy is insane. He's held that record. He's been the fastest man alive since 2008, at least.
Yeah.
And yes, he's lost in the 100-meter once since that time, but guess what it was because of it? He was disqualified. He got DQ'd. That's the only time he's ever lost.
Really?
In the gold. Exactly. That's why he's number 4. Who's your number 3?
Number 3 is Serena Williams.
All right, I agree with that one. 23 Grand Slam single titles, 14 double titles, 2 mixed double titles, 1 single and 3 double Olympic gold medals. Has won each majors 3 or more times.
I believe she won one while pregnant as well.
That is true. That's even more impressive.
Yeah.
Winning while you're pregnant.
That's incredible.
I mean, most people aren't even thinking about playing tennis or any sport when they're pregnant. No, but you know what I mean. Serena Williams is by far 100% top 5 most dominant athlete last 20 years. Go to your number 2.
Number 2, Michael Phelps.
All right, I agree with that. All-time world record, 23 Olympic gold medals.
Yep.
8 gold in 2008 Beijing. Has won gold in 8 different events. Hold on, before we move on.
Yep.
8 different events. Most people are good at 1 event, 2 events. Yep. 8 different events? Are you kidding me? How do you train yourself for that? He is a fish. I don't know if he's human. He's a fish.
He eats, I want to say, 6,000 calories per day. And I'd also like to mention, he didn't even make the top 20 most dominant athletes list.
Yeah, I don't know what they're
I think he got snubbed.
Mike Trout, putting him at 18 over Michael Phelps anywhere in there? The last 20 years.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And then with that, he holds 26 Guinness World Records. 26. Some people try to do some outrageous things to hold just one, like longest hair, longest fingernails, all sorts of stuff, longest, mash pit or something of that sort on the dance floor, whatever. 26 by swim.
I'd say that's probably the most dominant athlete in swimming in the past 20 years, probably of all time.
All right, and I want to hear your number one.
Number one, I said it before, Tiger Woods.
Okay, yeah. So Tiger Woods, that makes sense. 79 PGA wins.
Yeah.
14 majors. However, his last major was 2008. And you heard why I said Floyd Mayweather. But the guy that I had 5 that we didn't touch on, Roger Federer, 20 Grand Slam singles, only man to reach each Grand Slam final at least 5 times, win 3 5 times, and win 2 of these 5 in a row. He's also one of 8 men to win all 4 majors. So my top 5 will have number 1, Floyd Mayweather, number 2, Michael Phelps, 3, Serena Williams, 4, Usain Bolt, 5, Roger Federer. Matt, who's your 5?
All right, number 1, Tiger Woods, number 2, Michael Phelps, number 3, Serena Williams, number 4, Roger Federer, and number 5, Floyd Mayweather.
Wait, you know who's missing in that 6 or 7 spot that you would think should be in there?
Who?
Tom Brady. I think so. Look at this. 5-time Super Bowl champion, 8-time Super Bowl appearances, 13-time Pro Bowl, 3-time NFL MVP, has never had a losing season in the NFL. The next quarterback to go to the amount of Super Bowls he's been to is 5, and that was Joe Montana. And Montana got blown out in a couple of those.
I will say this. I did put Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in my honorable mentions.
However, I saw that.
However, I think Peyton Manning is a more dominant quarterback because of this. Tom Brady is a system quarterback, and he works great in Belichick's system. Manning has been proven that he can win in both the Colts system and the Broncos.
Right.
I think overall, Tom Brady will go down as the GOAT, but in terms of dominance and skill, I think Peyton Manning is more versatile than Tom Brady.
Okay. And something to think about, number 11 was Lionel Messi, and there's only one thing that was stopping him from going top 10, a World Cup title with Argentina.
I was going to say that, yeah. If you win the World Cup, that's it.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I think he's better than Ronaldo. I think he's a better player in general. I don't know how much soccer you watch, but I like to watch a lot of soccer. I think Lionel Messi's more dominant than Ronaldo. He's got great footwork. Both are incredibly skilled players. Best 2 in the world.
I think Messi's better than Pele.
You think so?
I think the way he averages, if you look at his career, he averages 1 goal a game. 1 goal a game. So you can go to any game and he'll most likely score. That's
pretty impressive.
I mean, Gretzky didn't even have those numbers. So
it's okay.
So, and then one person who some people think, shouldn't be on the list, number 17, Barry Bonds. One reason why, I was listening to Colin Cowherd this morning, and his point was exactly what I wasn't thinking it, but I thought of something of that sort. He got walked with the bases loaded. Intentionally walked with the bases loaded. You don't do that to anyone. I mean, Mike Trout, nobody's really walking him with the bases loaded.
Yeah. I don't like that Mike Trout's on this
list.
think
that's,
he's a great player. He's one of the best players in the MLB, but he's definitely not one of the most dominant.
They weren't thinking the last 20 years when they made this. They were thinking the last 10 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Because if it was the last 10 years, technically, Tiger Woods wouldn't be on the list because he hadn't won a major.
Yeah.
I think they went sort of, some of them are top 20, last 20 years. Then the others were like, oh, this guy has been really good recently.
Yeah.
I think it's too early to judge about Mike Trout. He's an exceptional talent. I'm not saying anything against him. I just think he is too young to say that he is top 20, the most dominant in the last 20 years.
Yeah. Because
when these guys were 20 years ago, he was like 6.
Yeah.
So you got to take that into fact.
You do.
All right. Matt's been working with the World Golf Championship this past couple of weeks.
I have.
And some golf news, why not? Tony Romo set to make his PGA debut tomorrow at Punta Cana. Romo plays a plus .3 handicap. Not bad. Matt, how was the World Golf Championship?
It was fantastic. I get to go back tomorrow to watch the tournament. I got the past 2 days off, which was good. I had to take a couple tests, so it was good to get a little break. But we've been working the past week, setting everything up. Everything looks fantastic. I mean, if you watched this week, really excited. I love match play. It makes it a lot more exciting. It's kind of looser feel. It's just going one-on-one with each other. So it's exciting. I'm very excited to be out there and see all the pros.
Who's your pick? Who's your pick this week?
Rory McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy. Okay, I got Dustin Johnson 100%. He's looking to defend his title this year. Before we move on, this is KVRX Austin, HD2. You're listening to Bazar Sports Radio. Will Bazarski and Mad Hand. Zach is not with us this week. He has a government class tonight.
Wow.
Way
school.
To go, Zach. We're supposed to go to school nowadays?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Now it's Matt's favorite part. Hockey. Well, that was good timing.
Good job.
All right. Let's talk about Boston Bruins' Ryan Donato. He scored and assisted on 2 other goals in his first career game Monday night. Played at Harvard under his dad. Also played in the Olympics.
He did.
Who was his head coach? His dad. All right. Donato's 21 years old. He's from the Boston area, actually. And he's the son of a former Bruin and current Harvard coach, like we said, Ted Donato, who didn't score his first career goal until his second game with the Bruins.
Wow.
So he's already ahead of him. He is slacking. So Ryan is ahead of him on that. As a junior, Donato led Harvard with 26 goals, 43 points in just 29 games.
That's almost a goal a game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This past season, and was a finalist for the Hobie Baker Award given to the NCAA's top player. And speaking of the Bruins, they play the Dallas Stars, the American Airlines Center Friday night. Don't even get me started. The Dallas Stars are coming off of a road trip of 6 games. 4-2. They got 2 points out of it. With Ben Bishop gone for the next 2 weeks, they're turning to Kari Lehtinen, who's played 8 of the last 9. 8 of the last 9. He was signed to be a backup goalie. That's why we keep losing. He's not the guy who can go 5 games in a row. I think Bishop he plays more like it. He can go 5 in a row. Kari Lehtinen is not.
I think Lettinen's just old now. I want to say he's 34 now. He was he was great when he was younger with the Stars. He very dominant goalie. He came back from injury and looked really good, but now it's just awful. They're giving up, I want to say, like at least 4 goals per game.
Yeah,
you can't win off that.
Defense is slacking late in the game. They're giving up late goals. And they had 8 games left, 4 home, 4 away. They're sitting 2 points back with Anaheim in that second playoff spot. They were in that second one for a while. The Stars were. And they gave it up, losing, like we said, 6 in a row.
I hope the Stars win.
They need to finish. They need to find a way to close out games. Goaltending defense is a key to win. Because like you said, 4 goals a game. You're not going to win games like that.
Yeah, it's awful. I mean, they have good talent. Jamie Benn has really stepped it up this year, but
he had a disgusting goal last night.
He did. I did see that.
That was
beautiful.
And Ovechkin, I'm not a Capitals fan, but what a shot. I don't know if you saw that slap shot from Ovechkin. That's why he's the top player in the world. Whenever he gets the puck, you're not.
He's closing in on 50 goals. He's at 44 right now. Rocket Richard, possibly.
Yeah, and, one of the dark horses this year, actually, for the Stars, Alexander Radulov.
Yeah.
He's having a phenomenal year.
Right.
He wasn't finding his footwork in the Dallas arena for the first couple of games, but he turned it around and has been dominant ever since.
Yeah, Radulov.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, no, he was great with Montreal. He's a very solid player. He's kind of always on the low end. Actually, that's not true, but he's not like the top player. He is always there to support. He's a great guy to have on your team because he's always there to set it. He's a great playmaker. In a fight,
of course.
Yes. He's a great playmaker, and he's really gritty. So Radulov is maybe a key that might need to step up.
Yeah, 100%.
Get Dallas into the playoffs.
All right, and we're talking about ice hockey and played in an arena. We'll get another sport played in an arena.
Wow, what a segue!
What a segue! I just thought that on the spot.
Yeah, I can tell.
Give me some takes. Texas Longhorn freshman Mo Bamba declares for the NBA draft. The third one and done for Texas in 4 years. Includes Miles Turner in 2015 and Jarrett Allen in 2017. What do you think? Mo Bamba stats: 12.9 points per game, 10.5 rebounds per game, 3.6 blocks per game, 111 total blocks. That's the most impressive number for me.
Yeah.
New league and school freshman record. Shot 54% from the field, 68% from free throw, at 7 feet tall, with an 8-foot wingspan, projected to be the 5th overall pick by NBADraft.net. Is Mo Bamba a top 5 pick?
I would say he's a top 5 pick. He's got this presence about him when he's on the court. He's absolutely incredible to watch. I mean, he's just, if we utilized him more, I feel like we'd have been so much better.
You're right. We didn't utilize him very often. With a lot of threes.
That's true. We will come back to this, though, later on, talking about utilizing Mo Bamba and the whole play style of Texas. But I think Mo Bamba will be easily a top 5 pick. I think he will be a great NBA player. It just comes down to who you think he'll go to.
Right, exactly. And Zach keeps talking about that he wants Bamba on the Bulls.
Yeah.
It's a
possibility.
If you have guys who can shoot and then feed him more than we fed him here at Texas, he can go to work, post guys up. He'll get fouled. He'll go in for the dunk. You just throw it to him. He basically just puts his arm up and dunks it. I mean, he can be an exceptional talent in the NBA.
Yeah. I agree.
So, we're talking about basketball. March Madness.
The biggest.
What? This is, our show's name is Bazar Sports Radio. This tournament has been bizarre. Quite bizarre. Let's look at some of these brackets. First off, Texas blows a 14-point second-half lead to Nevada. Loses an OT. Should Shaka Smart be fired? He's 500 since coming to Texas. Hasn't had a tournament win since taking VCU to the Final Four. Matt, what do you think?
Going back to what we said about Mo Bamba and utilizing him, I think Shaka Smart is I don't even want to give him the credit as a good coach. He's not a good coach anymore. I think he's the most overrated coach in college basketball. I hate his play style. It looks like we all only run pick and rolls and then shoot threes with players that aren't talented enough to shoot threes consistently. If Dylan Osikowski's hot and he can hit threes, go for it. But most of the time he's off. Right. And that's how we lose. If we can just throw it to Mo, who literally is 7'1", just toss him the ball and he'll throw it in, we'd be scoring way more. I think Shaka's got to. I think his program's not, or his can't think of the word. His play style that he wants for Texas. It's not working.
Right.
And I think either he's got to change his play style or he's got to go.
You know what? They made the tournament.
They did, barely.
He is on the edge of his seat right now.
Yeah.
Definitely on the hot seat.
Oh, yeah.
He has 1 year. I believe it. 1 more year. I know they have the extension through 2022 or 2021, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But Texas basketball isn't making the tournament. I mean, Rick Barnes took them to the tournament almost every single year.
We have a top 5 pick on
right. And I know the Big 12 is good, but you're not winning your non-conference games. You're not winning on the road.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to do that. And if they can't do it next year, I think it's time.
Yeah. And
you got to find a way.
With what's going on with the whole bracket, I mean, the South Division or the South region was awful this year. Right now, we would be playing Loyola Chicago.
Well, you got to beat,
I mean, we would have. I think if we beat Nevada, I think we would have beat Cincinnati.
I agree.
We could easily have beaten Loyola Chicago. Then we would have come down to Kentucky. Maybe we'd lose to Kentucky, but still, that's an Elite Eight finish. That is very respectable.
No, I agree, 100%. And we'll talk more about brackets, but we're going to talk about our brackets.
Yeah.
We'll start off with, this is Matt's bracket right now. He has 8 of the 16 teams in the Sweet 16 right now. 4 of 8 left in the Elite 8. 2 of 4 in the Final Four. 2 of his 4 teams are left in the Final Four. Unfortunately, he chose UVA, like most people did. What a game. What a shocker.
That was a shocker.
How about there's a tweet I saw today from somebody directed at UMBC. A Cinderella story can't just last 1 game. UMBC Athletics tweeted back, Cinderella only went to 1 ball. So, I didn't tell you.
I love UMBC's Twitter. They're
hyping that.
They're really funny. They're great.
Class act. So you have Kentucky, Gonzaga, Michigan, Duke, Kansas, Purdue, West Virginia, and Villanova. The ones you got wrong, of course, UVA.
Yeah.
Pick Tennessee over Loyola Chicago.
I did.
You pick Cincinnati over Nevada.
Yeah.
Xavier over Florida State, and UNC over A&M, and then Michigan State over Syracuse, Auburn over Clemson, and Florida over Texas Tech. You know what? Not bad.
It's not terrible.
No, I mean, these are games. UNC's a good team. Texas A&M has kind of shocked us.
I'm still in the 80th percentile of ESPN right now, so it's not horrible.
No,
it's not good, but it's not horrible.
No, not bad at all. No, who do I have left?
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's see. Will, your bracket has been pretty solid. You have 7 out of 16 left in the Sweet 16. That does not look good. However, you have 5 out of 8 left in your Elite 8, and you still have a perfect Final Four. In your Final Four, you have Kentucky, West Virginia, Duke, and Michigan.
You know what's funny? I just looked at my bracket also, but
yeah.
The one game that I'm shocked I actually chose, I picked TCU to beat Syracuse. However, when Syracuse was playing Arizona State, I was sitting at home and my brother asked me, why aren't you done with your bracket? I said, I'm waiting because if Syracuse wins, I'm picking Syracuse because they've done it before.
Yep.
And apparently I picked TCU. I'm not sure why. In this one, I decided to pick TCU. But I just want y'all to know, I did pick Syracuse in the other one. I got some points for that. I was the only one in my family to pick Syracuse over Michigan State. Hey, something went wrong here. I think the computer messed up. So wait, who do I have left? Read them off.
All right, so in your Sweet 16, you still have Michigan, Kentucky, Villanova, West Virginia, Purdue, Kansas, and Duke. In your Elite 8, you still have Michigan, Kentucky, West Virginia, Kansas, and Duke. And in your Final Four, Kentucky, West Virginia, Duke, and Michigan. Your finals, Michigan and Duke. If that happens, that will be a great final. I am very angry at myself, especially after UVA got upset by UMBC, that I did not pick Duke. I don't know why I didn't even consider Duke to be national champions. I had them out in the Elite 8.
I think the Duke-Syracuse game is going to be a battle.
I don't think so. Duke has been very dominant. I think Duke's just going to blow their way through this tournament.
At this point in the tournament, though, teams are ready to compete. They're going to be shooting very well. Syracuse has the talent to compete with Duke.
That's true.
I hope Duke wins because I have them winning the championship. But it's going to be a good game. The one team though I picked, which I'm not really sure about, I picked West Virginia over Villanova. I think the way Nova has been playing, both Nova and Duke look like NBA teams. I know I just said that I'm weary of the next Syracuse and Duke because I'm now saying that Duke looks like an NBA team.
They do.
But against Rhode Island, they really did. Same with Nova.
Yeah, they look very good. I'd be shocked if West Virginia beats Villanova, but if you can pull that off, that'll be very impressive, and that's a great little bragging point.
Yeah, and Kansas. I want Kansas-Duke semifinal or championship game of the Midwest would be an interesting battle. I think you have Kansas. Well, no, you have Kansas and Duke also.
Yeah,
we got that one right. Let's go. And then on yours, you have Villanova and Purdue.
Yep.
And I have West Virginia and Florida. I'm not really sure why I did that, but whatever. West Virginia, they've been doing their thing. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I mean, I can see it. They're a good team. They killed Texas by 30 points.
We also beat them.
That's true. We did beat them. But if West Virginia's hot, they're hot, and they can win. They're a good team.
And I actually saw something funny the other day.
Yep.
Because they have the predicted scores here, and you can fill it out.
Yep.
I remember seeing a bracket. It was filled out. It was the total score was like 195.
Mm-hmm.
When have you seen a championship game have more than 85 points?
I've never seen that.
Never seen that.
Most
are in the 60s.
Games, yeah, they're in the 60s. There are good defensive teams going up against each other. I mean, most of the time, what was that? I think it was UConn where they only put up it was 55 to 46 or a ridiculously low score. It's just good defense, and
there's so many points scored in that last 7 minutes of the game.
That's so true.
And let's go to your pick for the championship. Who do you think is going to win?
I think Duke's going to win. I mean, I'll agree with you on that one.
Well, yeah. I have Duke winning, but I do think that the East region and the Midwest region are the two regions that will house the championship.
Yeah.
The left side, I think, is completely bogus.
I will say this, and I'm going to go against you with Michigan. I think Kentucky is going to go to the championship.
They're always a dark horse.
Because they looked hot against Tennessee. They won the SEC championship. I'm going back to UConn here when they the whole cardiac Kemba era. They came off. They had an 11-game streak where they won their tournament. They won the NCAA tournament. They just looked hot. Kentucky's looked hot. They were great in the SEC tournament. Yeah. They've been great so far in this tournament. I think if they can keep this up, I mean, they're going to play Kansas State. They can easily win that. And they're going to have to play Loyola Chicago or Nevada, which is a 7 or an 11 seed.
Right.
Easily can do that. Michigan's going to be tough. I think they can pull it off against Michigan, assuming Michigan beats Texas A&M. Right. But no, I really think they can. I really think they can get to the championship this year.
All right, good stuff about college basketball. We'll go real quick. Matt's 5 facts. We have 3 minutes left. Hit it.
Yep. All right. Fact number 5. There were 7 million brackets with Michigan State in the Elite Eight, 4.9 million in the Final Four, 2.8 million in the title game, and 1.4 million having had them win.
Where did you find that?
I found this on ESPN. They released little stats. Even more surprising. So they've lost to an 11 seed. But Virginia had 3 million winning, and even double the amount of Michigan State. So that was the biggest bracket, including me. That was one of the biggest bracket busters in history. Fact number 4, Mike Krzyzewski has become college basketball's all-time winningest coach with 1,099 wins.
Jeez. That's why he is considered the best coach in all of basketball.
Oh, yeah. Number 3, a $30 5-team parlay of Texas A&M, Syracuse, Nevada, Clemson, and Florida State would have won you $18,600.
Darn, I thought that said could win you $18,000. I was going to say, I'm going to put $30 right now. It's not a bad gamble.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, number 2.
Number 2, UConn's women's team defeated St. Francis 140-52. This means the Huskies would have won even if they had not scored a basket after the first quarter. They also set 4 new records in NCAA tournament history for most points scored in first half, quarter. We're running out of time, so I'm going to move on real quick.
Some NBA teams didn't score 140 points.
Yeah, no. And then number 1, this is the first time since seeding began in 1979 that a region's top 4 teams fell before the Sweet 16. Obviously, we're talking about the South region. UVA, Cincinnati, Tennessee, and Arizona all lost either in the round of 64 or 32.
Yeah, that's the South is
not a good.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's going to be perfect. Nobody can predict that.
No, not at all.
I mean, 1 seed falling in the first round.
Yeah.
It happens, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's not the first 1 seed to fall. Harvard actually did it back in the 90s. So,
that's true.
Their women's team did it. So,
yeah.
Something to think about. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
We missed Zach today, but Matt, good conversation between the two of us.
Thank you.
Check out our website, BazarSportsRadio.com. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We look great in our pictures.
We do. Fantastic.
Once again, Bazar Sports Radio. We'll see you next week, Wednesdays, 5:30 to 6.
On the field, come on, hook 'em horns. I know you will. And I've seen